Furion for the win.
Dr. Drill, Furion just from Dr. Drill. Furion beat Dr. Drill. Photo third, Orleans Rock.
SEINERS Express is on top of me.
SEINERS Express moves up with FOXY, FRIDA, Literati. They hit it. SEINERS Express, I think, has just won from a Photo Literati or FOXY, FRIDA.
Hey everyone, welcome on back to another race day preview where we're going to be previewing all the action from Caulfield on Saturday. Our Melbourne tips have been absolutely atrocious the last couple of weeks, but I'm actually confident this week that I can bounce back, so let's get on with the video. Race 1 is the Vobis Gold Stayers race over the 2400 metres for open class. Anyone can enter, and Maserati Bay is the $3.30 favourite ahead of Reflect the Stars at $4.40 for the speed map. We've got colours this week. Grade Khan's most likely to come out, so Maserati Bay and So Able should lead. I think Cakewalk Baby will be 3 wide, no cover. Mahamedeiis should get the box seat, and Reflect the Stars should be keeping Cakewalk Baby out there. Royal Crown will be settling near last and running on Thundering Home. This is a last start effort of Maserati Bay up in Sydney, and this to the eye wasn't flash, but when you look at the form coming out of the race, it's really good. Steely, who won this race, came out and won last week in Sydney at a better class, so this race has the form. Before this, for Maserati Bay, it should have won on 2 occasions at Flemington behind Lunar Flare, so that's pretty good form. I think from gate 1 should get an easy run up on speed, and the wind's going to be pushing down to them in the railway side, so that's obviously a query, but if they go slow enough, I think it can overcome that, and I've got it on top, 330. 18 units the win. Royal Crown will be running on from the back, will be protected from the wind, and it was a pretty good run, 2 starts back behind Grand Promenade. Mahamedeiis is just getting a bit older now, but its best can win, and Reflect the Stars will get a good run. Craig Williams goes on, ticks all the boxes, but for me, I'm with Maserati Bay in race 1 at Caulfield. Hopefully it can win and give us a very nice collect. It's another Black Booker alert, and we're focusing on Viral again. Now, it's drawn a good gate, it's got Craig Williams, it's ready to peak now at this start, so I think it'll give you a return if you have a place bet on it. Race 2 is an open handicap over the 1400 metres, and Great Again is the $3.30 favourite for Lockie Neindorf, and $4.40 is the second favourite, King Magnus, with 51 kilos. The speed map, Great Again's going to lead. Great Duchess from that wide gate will have to push forward. I think Dark Dream gets a pretty good run. King Magnus will have a hard time slotting in. The Inevitable and Viral should be right there, close to the speed, and a Moody Bay and Why Choose Her are going to be the last pair and running on from the back very late. But this is the last start effort of the Inevitable at Caulfield. This was its first up run 8 weeks ago behind Sartorial Splendour. I think it just found the 1100 metres too sharp first up, especially over Caulfield, and it was an advantage to be on the fence on this day, so that's another reason why it didn't run well. I just think that this time gets 56 kilos with the claim for Talia Hope, gets a good run from gate 4. It's best to win this. It's off a bit of a freshen up, so it'll be ripe for this, and I think at $5.50 it represents some value, the Inevitable. I'm happy to have 18 units to win on it. King Magnus gets 51 kilos for Alana Kelly, and it'll just have a hard time slotting in, so I'm not sure. Great Again will be the leader and loves the 1400 metres and the wet track, and Viral jumps from gate 3, and it can run well with Craig Williams on, but the Inevitable's on top for me. Great Again will be facing the breeze, by the way, so that's another reason why I've got it in third. Race 3 is a 2-year-old set weights plus penalties over the 1400 metres, and Sunfall is the $3.40 favourite up the top, ahead of Cherry Pick down there at $4.20, and Regulus is at $5. I think Pammy Joy should lead, and Riverviews will probably be pushing on from gate 10, as will Rainier, who will get trapped out wide. Cherry Pick will get a good run in behind the speed. Pounding will as well. Regulus is going to have to slot in. Getting a long way back is Sunfall on the inside, Umgawa, and also Swear She's Perfect. This is the last start effort at Geelong of Umgawa and Swear She's Perfect. They both ran well. Umgawa ended up winning, but Swear She's Perfect was a long way off him and making ground. I'm with Swear She's Perfect on the weekend. This was over 1,150 metres, and it was storming home late, so the step up to 1,400 metres will suit it. And although it doesn't get the best map, Gate 5 will be getting right back. If it can jump with the field, I think it's going to get a pretty good run, and at $19 it represents some value. PAMMY Joy, it'll be facing the breeze, but I like its last start win at Echuca, so it has to be in there. SUNFALL's going to be getting a long way back, the favourite, so that's Aquarian. Regulus is ready for the 1400 metres, but might be better suited to Flemington. 5 units each way on Swear She's Perfect though. Also don't forget Cherry Pick will get a good run behind the speed, but I'm with Swear She's Perfect. 5 units each way on it in race 3 at Caulfield. Race 4 is a very good race. A fillies and mares benchmark 90 over the 1100 metres. Miss Albania and La Mexicana head the field, $2.60 and $3.50, and then KALKARNI Royale at $6. Miss Albania will kick up to lead. It's all about Lockie Neindorf and Jamie Carr in this race on high risk and La Mexicana. I think if Neindorf kicks up and keep Carr out, that will lead to a loss for La Mexicana. KALKARNI Royale should get a good run, and Absolute Flirt will be running on from the back. This is a last start effort of KALKARNI Royale last week at Flemington down the straight. It was a very good win, this one. It had the run and it just prevailed. It's got the race fitness compared to the two favourites, Miss Albania and La Mexicana. I think La Mexicana and Miss Albania will be facing the breeze the whole way. So KALKARNI Royale will just get that perfect run, gets the claim with Theo Nugent, and at $6 it represents some value. It's the race fit horse. La Mexicana can win if it gets in with cover or outside the leader. I think it should be winning. Miss Albania, it's just a query first up, but it can win, and $2.60 is a bit short. Propelle will be running on from the back, but it's got to deal with gate 1, so that's a query. But I think KALKARNI Royale represents some value. 15 units to win on it. Hopefully it can give us a return. Race 5 is a benchmark 78 over the 1400 metres, and beyond is the $4.60 favourite ahead of SUGARTOWN at $5 and $6.50 for promotions. This is how the speed map will play out. I think Cusco Lad and Jittery Jack should push forward. Promotions should get a pretty good run. I think SUGARTOWN and Sessions Road should be trapped on the inside. And Beyond and Chassis, the two favourites, should be getting right back in the field, which is obviously a query. But there's a lot of horses to get through in this speed map, and this is the last start effort of Jittery Jack at Caulfield. This was in a benchmark 84, so it was a higher class than this, and Scottish Dancer won, so it led a swoopers race. This was on a good track, and it's better suited on wet tracks, so I think it'll be better suited on the weekend. Obviously the breeze won't help it down the side, but it will have clear air in the straight, and not many horses will have that in this race. There's a lot of horses in this race, so I think it's the only one to have clear air in the straight, and it can win. It's in a bit of a good form little patch, so it's going well. Jittery Jack, and at $15 I'm having it. Chassis, it's been running against mares, so back to the open class is just a little query, and on the week backup's a little query, and Beyond's way up in class from what it's been winning against, so, and it'll be getting a long way back, so I'm happy to take it on. And promotions has gone out the gate with the betting, so I'm happy to take it on as well. But Jittery Jack, $15, the horse is on top for me. Another Black Booker alert, and we're focusing on Myers Reward. It's paying $67 on the weekend. It draws a good gate. I'd say back it each way if it's a soft 5 or better. If it's a soft 6 or worse, then just leave it. Race 6 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 2400 metres, and Token Spirit is the $3.10 favourite ahead of Murrumbidgee River at $3.40. The speed map, I think the outsider of the field, Bow Thruster, should push on the lead. I think Myers Reward's going to have a hard time slotting in, actually. Capricorn Ridge should get a pretty good run up on speed. Murrumbidgee River and Token Spirit will be getting right back and running on. And Vintage Diesel as well, drawn gate 2, so it'll have to weave through the field and get some luck. This is a last start effort of Capricorn Ridge out at Ballarat. This was on a heavy track, and it demolished the field by 7 lengths. Now, it's obviously facing a big rise in class here, but it's got 53.5 kilos on the weekend, and it's proven on wet tracks, which is also good. Sits up on speed, will get protected from the breeze, has had 14 starts in its career, so it'll be suited to the 2400 metres, and I think at $4.80 it's a pretty good price, and I'm happy to have it on top ahead of Token Spirit, who's got 57 kilos, and will be running on from the back. Myers Reward, look, if it's a soft 6 or worse, just rule it out, but it's in there. And Vintage Diesel will need some luck, but it's a good horse. Myers Reward, 2 units each way on it. just in case it's a soft 5 or better, but otherwise Capricorn Ridge is on top for me at $4.80. Race 7 is the 3-year-old Colts and Geldings handicap over the 1200 metres, and the Big Easy is the $4.60 favourite ahead of Sacred Palace and also the Garden at $7.50. The Garden's going to have a hard time slotting in. The Defiant One should lead. I think Strip Back gets a good run up on speed. Duke of New Orleans should be getting back with Imperial Hilton. The Big Easy will be getting right back to last if it misses the start and on the fence, so that's a query. And Sacred Palace, who's right in the market, will also be getting back. So there's 2 favourites that'll need some luck in running. This is a second last start effort of Strip Back. This was 2 runs ago, which was actually about a month and 6 months ago at Ararat when it won its maiden. They didn't have the replay on racing.com of its last start effort, but it ran well last start first up. This was its first ever start at Ararat, and it did very well to beat Ornamental Lady and the Sistine Tails. It'll get a good run on speed, gets 52 kilos, and I think it's the way to go. Strip Back at $8.50. I'm happy to have it on top. The Big Easy will be getting right back, and it's had about 1 million starts as preparation. Duke of New Orleans has been running well and is a last start winner, so it can win. And Imperial Hilton gets Jacob Opperman back on, so it's a pretty good chance. But Strip Back, in my opinion, is the way to go. Gets the 52 kilos, gets Matthew Cartwright on, so I think it can win. Race 8 is the feature, the Group 3 Bletchingley Stakes over the 1200 metres at weight for age level, and Red Cam Man's the $4.80 favourite ahead of Viridine at $5. The speed map, I think the top 4 are a clear top 4. The Astrologist, Sansom, Streets of Avalon and Red Cam Man in that order. Secret Blaze is going to have a hard time slotting in. I think Order of Command will be on the inside of William Thomas. Viridine's going to have a hard time slotting in as well, with Innkeeper keeping it out, and Dexalation should go back. This is a replay of the Sir John Monash Stakes at Group 3 level a couple of weeks ago, won by Red Can Man. The horse I've got on top in the Bletchingley Stakes is Innkeeper. I thought it ran well here, and this was on a good track, so it'll be better suited to a wet track. And I think at $34 you can give this race a real shake-up. It's also drawn inside of Viridine, which is key. Viridine won this race last year, so it's a pretty good chance as well. Red Cam Man ended up winning this race very well, but it loves good tracks and not wet tracks, so that's a bit of a query. I think Innkeeper at $34 though represents some value, 5 units each way on it. Streets of Avalon's the class runner, but I just think it's better suited to the 1400 metres and the good track. Viridine won this race last year, as I've said, and gets Damien Lane on. Order of Command will be better suited to handicap conditions, but gets Craig Williams on, so it's always a chance. Innkeeper at a bit of a price for me in the Bletchingley Stakes on a soft track. The last race features my best bet of the day. It's a 3-year-old fillies handicap over the 1200 metres, and Zesty Belle is the $4.20 favourite ahead of Sugartown at $4.80. The speed map, I think Miss Divine M and Safe Passage should go forward. Zoo Dance is going to have a hard time slotting in. Sugartown will slot in just fine, as will Zesty Belle and BELSIELLE. Bubbly Lass will have a good time getting a run, but will need some luck. And getting back in the field is Elidie and Zooming Zebra. This is the last start effort of Sugartown, BELSIELLE and Zesty Belle. The top 3 in this race all come out to race again. And I think Sugartown did well, considering it was 3 wide without cover. BELSIELLE ended up winning the race, so it was a good effort. And Zesty Belle will be better suited second up. Gets 52 kilos for Jacob Opperman, and that's my best bet of the day. Gets a good run. BELSIELLE gets Brett Preble, so it's a good chance. And Sugartown gets Jamie Castle, it's also a good chance. But I think Zesty Belle at $4.20 is the best on the card. 25 units to win would see us make a profit. Bubbly Lass has been running very well. We'll just need some luck at the right time on the weekend. BELSIELLE was a last start winner, so it's got to be in there, as will Sugartown. But Zesty Belle, though, I think it's the way to go. Gets Jacob Opperman down to 52 kilos and will blast us out at Caulfield on what will be a profitable day.